Prince Harry has suggested he could move to Africa with his wife Meghan and their son Archie. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex spoke out to ITV for a documentary looking behind the scenes of their 10-day royal tour of Africa that they made with their baby Archie. The 35-year-old Duke reveals his desire to leave the UK and make a life for him, his wife and their 5-month-old boy in the place where their lives and lives' work is focused on. Harry also acknowledges there had been deepening tensions between himself and William following months of speculation about the state of the brothers' relationship. The Duchess of Sussex, meanwhile, admits she was naive about the British tabloid press, saying she was warned by friends that they will destroy your life. I asked Richard Palmer, the Royal Correspondent for the Daily Express in the UK, what he makes of the documentary.
It's a great watch. It's very well worth watching, and it does give you a real insight into how the couple are feeling at the moment. You know, Harry and Meghan actually both looked as if they were really struggling to cope with the pressures of being in the public spotlight as members of the royal family. And I think Harry in the past has said that at various times he's thought about quitting, and you can see it happening, really.
Well, one of the revelations, arguably, was this idea that potentially they could decamp to Africa. Is that realistic? Could it happen?
People who work for them have insisted, certainly up until now, that they've only ever discussed them perhaps going out to be based in Africa for 2 or 3 months at a time. The argument was that they could base themselves in Cape Town or Johannesburg and do cover 4 or 5 different countries whilst living in one place with Archie. But I think Harry certainly seems to be talking about something different, which is about actually living abroad for a long time. And personally, I think it's a fantasy of his. I mean, he says himself in the documentary that he's been going to, Botswana for about 15 years, and he says himself it's escapism. That he likes the fact that a lot of people out there don't really know who he is. But against that, he does say in the documentary that there are practical difficulties with it. And one of the things he didn't say, but people close to him have said, is that there is a problem in trying to persuade the British government and the British taxpayer to pay for a team of Scotland Yard detectives to be living permanently out in Africa.
Did these interviews shed any light on whether there is actually a rift between the brothers, William and Harry?
He was directly asked that question. Tom Bradby, the presenter, said that there have been lots of reports in the press about a rift, and asked how true they were. And Harry could easily have said, well, they're not true, there is no rift, but he didn't. He talked about, inevitably, stuff